Welcome back to my channel JBR Online Classes. Like, share and subscribe my channel. So hello everyone, in this video I'm going to start from sum number 11. For the previous sum or the other chapter, please check the description box, the link will be there. Now sum number 11, the sum of the square of two consecutive positive even integer. Remember that, consecutive positive even integer. So if you let the first even integer is x, then x might be even or it odd. But if you consider the first number as 2x, because whenever you multiply any number, is it even number or the odd number, if you multiply it by 2, then it will be definitely becomes a even number. So it's better to let the first even number as 2x. Okay, so let the first even number that equal to 2x, and here you have to consider the consecutive number. Consecutive means one after. So the second even number will be definitely 2x plus 2, because the difference between two even number that equal to always 2, because whenever you add 1 with this one, it will be changed into odd number. Okay, so now the square of these two numbers, that equal to 340. Okay, so now this is your equation and you have to solve this one. So 4x square, here a plus b whole square formula. So here also 4x square, then 2 into 4, that means 8x plus 4, that equal to 340. So here 8x square plus 8x, 8x square plus 8x, and as here 340. So 340 minus 4, it becomes 336, that equal to 0. Okay, so now 4x square plus 8x minus 336. So now if you divide it by 4, okay, or by 8, if you divide it by 8, you will get x square plus x minus 42, that equal to 0. Now here you can apply middle term factorization method. So x square plus 7x minus 6x minus 42, that equal to 0. So from that, x plus 7 into x minus 6, that equal to 0. So either x equal to minus 7 or x equal to 6. Now as in the problem it said that x is the positive, okay, always the number is the positive even number. Okay, that means x not equal to minus 7. Okay, x not equal to minus 7. So here your answer x equal to 6, and as the first even number is 2x, that means 2 into 6, that equal to 12, and the second one will be 12 plus 2, 14. So 12 and 14 is your answer. Now sum number 12, a 2-digit number is 4 times the sum and 3 times the product of its digit. Okay, so 2-digit number means that is unit place and 10th place. Suppose here the unit place be x, okay, and the 10th place be y. So now the number will be, you know that, 10y plus x, because to construct a number you have to multiply 10 with the 10th place and then add the unit place. So here the number will be 10y plus x, and according to the first condition the number will be equal to the 4 times of their sum of digits. So 10y plus x, that equal to 4x plus 4. So from that 10y plus x equal to 4x plus 4y, then here 10y minus 4y 6y, and here 4x minus x, that equal to 3x. So 3 cancel out with 6, so 2y equal to x. Now from the second condition, the number will be also equal to 3 times of their product of digit, that means 3xy. Clear? So here 10y plus x equal to 3xy, and as you know here x equal to 2y, so that means 10y plus 2y, and here 3 into x means 2y into y. Clear? So now here 12y, that equal to 3 into 2, 6y square. Okay, so 3 into 2, 6y square. So that means here 6 cancel out with 2, so 2y equal to y square. Clear? 2y equal to y square, and from that y square minus 2y that equal to 0. Y square minus 2y that equal to 0. So if you common y here, then y minus 2 equal to 0. So from the first one here, as the product of two number equal to 0, that means the number will be separately 0. So either y equal to 0 or y minus 2 equal to 0, and from that y equal to 2. If the product of two number equal to 0, then the number will be separately 0. Remember that. Okay. So either y equal to 0 or y minus 2 equal to 0, and from that y equal to 2. So if y equal to 0, then the 10th place will be 0. So it's not possible. That means here definitely y equal to 2. Therefore x equal to 4. So as y equal to 2, x equal to 4, then the given number will be 24. So 24 is your answer. So here some number 13. The hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is 17 centimeter long. So this is a right angle triangle. Here the hypotenuse is 17 centimeter. The difference between other two sides that equal to 7 centimeter. That means the difference between the perpendicular and the base that equal to 7 centimeter. So if base equal to x, then the perpendicular will be 7 plus x, because the difference between these two equal to 7 centimeter. And you know, by Pythagoras theorem, base square plus perpendicular square that equal to hypotenuse square. Okay. So here x square, here also x square plus 14x plus 49, and that equal to 289. Clear? So 2x square plus 14x, then 49 minus 289, it becomes here 2, here 4, 0, 240. Okay. So if you divide it by 2, so x square plus 7x minus 120 that equal to 0. X square plus 7x minus 120 that equal to 0. Now the factors of 120 are 15 and 8. So from that x square plus 15x minus 8x minus 120 that equal to 0. It's a middle term factorization method, because 15 minus 8 you will get 7. So if x will be common here, so x plus 15, and here also x minus 8 are the two factors of this equation. So either from this one x plus 15 equal to 0, and from that x equal to minus 15, or x minus 8 equal to 0, or x equal to 8. Okay. As x is the length of a side, okay, so it always be in positive. Okay. As x is a length of a side, it always be in positive. So here x equal to 8 you have to consider. So base equal to 8, and the perpendicular that equal to 8 plus 7, that means 15. So 8 and 15 is your answer. Now sum number 14. Originally a rectangle was twice as long. It's twice as long as it is wide. Okay. So that means if the length, okay, if the length of the wide, okay, or you can consider the wide of the rectangle, the width of the rectangle that equal to here x centimeter, or sorry meter, x meter. That means the breadth of the rectangle equal to x meter. So definitely the length will be twice, that means 2x meter. Okay. And the area will be, you know that, so area equal to 2x into x, and that equal to 2x square meter square. If the length equal to 2x, breadth equal to x, then the area will be 2x square meter square. But here when 4 meter were added, okay, 4 meter were added to its length, so the new length will be 2x plus 4. Remember that 4 meter added, and 3 meter subtracted from the breadth. Okay, so the new breadth will be x minus 3 meter subtracted. Then the resulting rectangle had an area of 600 meter square. So according to the problem, 2x in plus 4 into x minus 3, that equal to 600. Okay, so now if you multiply this one, so 2x square plus 4x minus 6x minus 12 minus 600, that equal to 0. So here 2x square minus 2x and here minus 612, that equal to 0. If you divide by 2, so x square minus x minus 3, here 306, that equal to 0. And if you here apply the middle term factorization method, so you will get 18x plus 17x minus 306, that equal to 0. So the factors are x minus 18 and x plus 17, that equal to 0. So as x minus 18 equal to 0 either, so either x equal to 18 or x equal to minus 17. As here x means the breadth of the rectangle, so always be in positive. So here the breadth equal to 18 and length equal to 18 into 2, that equal to 36. Okay, now you have to find out the dimension of the new rectangle. The dimension of the new rectangle, that means this is the dimension of the new rectangle. Dimension means length and breadth. So here the new length will be 2 into 18, that means 36 plus 4, that equal to 40 meter, and the new breadth here 18 minus 3, that equal to 15 meter. So 40 and 15 is your answer. Now sum number 15. In sum number 15, a rectangular garden 10 meter by 16 meter. Okay, that means here length equal to 16 and breadth equal to 10. Be surrounded by a concrete walk of uniform width. Okay, that means here the broadness of the walk will be same in each and every side. So first let the broad or the width of the walk of the uniform walk, that equal to x meter. Okay, so this one x meter, this one also x, here also x, here also x. Okay, so first you have to find out the area of this rectangular field. You know that formula, length into breadth, so it's 160. Clear? Next, here it's given that the area of the walk is 120 meter square. That means here this portion, the area of this portion equal to 120 meter square. So to find out the area of the walk, you have to apply the formula, and the formula is the whole area. Okay, you have to subtract the area of the rectangle from the whole area of the rectangle. That means the area of the rectangle with the area of the walk. So first here, first you have to write down here, let the width of the walk equal to x meter. Now the area of rectangle, that equal to 16 into 10, so 160 meter square. Clear? Now the next thing is here, first you have to find out the length of the rectangle with the path. Okay, so length of rectangle with the path, that equal to here 16 plus, as this portion equal to x, this portion equal to x, so that means here x and x, then 16, so 16 plus 2x. Okay, and the breadth of the rectangle with the path, same as here this portion equal to 10, so this one also x and this one also x, so 10 plus 2x. So 16 plus 2x and 10 plus 2x, it's your new length and the breadth. So now area of rectangle with path, that equal to 16 plus 2x into 10 plus 2x. So now 16 plus 2x, that equal to 160, here 20x plus 32x plus 4x square, so that equal to 160, here 52x plus 4x square. Okay, so this is the area of this whole portion. Okay, so now according to the problem, if you subtract the area of the rectangle from this one, you will get the area of the walk. So here 160 plus 52x plus 4x square minus 160, that equal to 120. Okay, that equal to 120, which is the area of the given work. So 160 cancel out. 4x square plus 52x minus 120, that equal to 0. So if you divide it by 4, so x square plus 13x minus 30, that equal to 0. So now here you can apply Sridharacharya formula. It's very easy to find out the value of x. So here minus 13 plus minus root over 13 square means 169. You know that, minus 4 into 1 into minus 30. Remember that. Here c equal to minus 30. So 4 into 1 it's 4, and then minus 30 it becomes here plus 120. Divided by 2 into 1. So write down 2 only. So that means minus 13 plus minus, and here root over 289. So 289 means 17. Root 289, that equal to 17 by 2. So here if x equal to, if here 7 equal to in positive, if 7 equal to in positive, then x equal to minus 13 plus 17, that means 4 by 2. So that equal to 2. Okay, and if 7 equal to in negative, 17 in negative, then it equal to minus 17 minus 13. Okay, that means minus 30 by 2, that equal to minus 15. Okay, and as here x is the broadness of the path, so it's always be in positive, never be in negative. Okay, so here the width of the path equal to 2 meter, and 2 meter is your answer. Now sum number 16. 2 years ago, a man's age was 3 times the square of his son's age. Okay, so let the present age of the man that equal to x. Present age of the man that equal to x years. In 3 years time, his age will be 4 times his son's age. Find their present age. Okay, so here the age of the man that equal to x years, that is the present age, and the age of his son that equal to y years. Okay, here the age of the man equal to x years and age of the son equal to y years. Now according to the first condition, here the first condition is 2 years ago, remember that. So that means if x is the present age, then definitely 2 years ago means x minus 2, and 2 years ago age of his son will be also y minus 2, and here the relation in between these two, that is the age of man will be 3 times the square. So first you have to find out the square, so y minus 2 whole square, and then 3 times, that means multiply with 3, and that equal to, it will be equal with the man's age. Now the next condition. According to the next condition, in 3 years time, okay, that means 3 years after. So after 3 years it will be x plus 3 definitely, and after 3 years it will be y plus 3. So here the relation is the age of man will be 4 times of his son. Okay, that means 4 into y plus 3. So now you have two equations, first one and the second one. So from the second one, x plus 3 equal to 4y plus 12. So that means x minus 4y that equal to 9. Okay, x minus 4y that equal to 9. So x equal to 9 plus 4y. Now from the first equation, here x minus 2 equal to 3 into y square. Here minus 4y plus 4. Okay, now as here the value of x equal to 9 plus 4y, so you can substitute the value here. So 9 plus 4y minus 2, and that equal to 3y square minus 12y plus 12. Okay, so here as here 9 minus 2, so 7 plus 4y that equal to 3y square minus 12y plus 12. So finally 3y square, then minus 12y minus 4y minus 16y, and here 12 minus 7, it becomes 5. Okay, so 3y square minus 16y plus 5 that equal to 0. And here by middle term factorization method, here it will be 15y minus y plus 5 equal to 0. So if 3y will be common, so y minus 5, if minus 1 will be common, again y minus 5. So here y minus 5 into 3y minus 1 that equal to 0. Okay, so as here y minus 5 equal to 0, then from that y equal to 5, and 3y minus 1 equal to 0, then y equal to 1 by 3. As y is the age of his son, so it's never be in fraction, remember. So here y equal to 5, that means age of his son that equal to 5. So your son's age equal to 5 years, and x equal to, so man's age equal to 9 plus 4 into 5 that equal to 29 years as your answer. Now sum number 17. This is the last sum for this video as well as for this exercise. So guys, if you like my video, please share this video. It's a request, as I'm going to solve each and every problems from the exercise of your book ML Agarwal. So please keep watching and keep supporting. So please share this video as much as you can. Okay, so here in 17, a piece of cloth cost rupees 175. Okay, that means here you don't know the length of the cloth. If the piece were 4 meter longer and each meter cost rupees 5 less, then the cost would have remained unchanged. How long is the piece? Okay, so first let the length of the cloth that equal to x meter. Okay, and cost of 1 meter cloth that equal to, you know, if the piece of cloth equal to 175, the cost of the cloth that equal to 175, then and the length of the cloth equal to x meter, then cost of 1 meter cloth will be 175x. It's very easy, because here the full length of the cloth is x meter and you know the total price, so definitely the cost of 1 meter will be 175 by x. Now the second condition, if the piece were 4 meter longer, okay, that means now the piece will be x plus 4. Okay, and the cost of per meter cloth will be 5 meter less. 5 meter less means in the previous you have 175, sorry, this one 175 by x 1 meter cloth, so now it will be 175 by x minus 5. Okay, each meter cost 5 meters, sorry, rupees 5 less, that means now each meter cloth will be 175 by x minus 5. Clear? Now then the cost would have remained unchanged. That means according to the problem, if here x plus 4 is the new length, so 175 by x plus 4 that equal to 175x minus 5. Okay, 175 by x plus 4 that equal to 175x minus 5. So from that 175 by x plus 4 minus 175 by x that equal to minus 5, as here 175 common, so here 1 by x plus 4, 1 by x minus 5. 5 divided by 175, it becomes 35. So here x into x plus 4 as LCM, so x minus 4 that equal to minus 1 by 35. Okay, now x cancel out, so cross multiply, x square plus 4x that equal to minus 35 minus 4. Okay, and that equal to 140. So from that x square plus 4x minus 140 that equal to 0. So now x square plus 14x minus 10x minus 140 that equal to 0, and from that x plus 14 and x minus 10 that equal to 0 are the two factors. And so from the first one x equal to minus 14, from the second one x equal to 10. As x is the length of a cloth, so it's always be in positive. Okay, that means here the required length of the piece of the cloth that equal to 10 meter.